Hello, Caroline from Bubbly Maths. Today we are going to play with a collapsible cube. So I'm going to just show you how to make it, and then this is an activity that you can play on an ongoing basis. Once you've got a collapsible cube, you can go ahead, and so if a grown-up or an older person can make it, then it's something that a young learner any age can manipulate and discover all the different shapes that can be made and find ways of drawing them. So we're going to do that in just a moment. I'm first going to very quickly share. No, I'm not going to share that one. Oh dear. Maybe it's come up here. Let's see if it's over here. So I just want to share it to make sure that, and also I want to be able to see comments, and that way other people can, I can say hello if you've made comments. I'm thinking that James and Dylan, I'm not sure if only James today or Dylan as well might be here as well. So I'm just going to start a watch party there. And sometimes my grandson comes on, sometimes some people in South Africa come on, people from all over the world come on. Let me see, let me just share that with them so that other people can see it in all different parts of the world, and that aren't just the ones in the group. That's the thing. We wanted to share it with people that aren't just the ones in the group. Right, now what we're going to do is you are going to need your grown-up. You're going to need your grown-up to help make this, but what you can do is if you get a pen and paper or pencil and paper now, then okay, I can see this one. I think this is the right one. If I click play on that one, I'm testing something new. See, if I am actually playing it, I can see the comments, seeing what happens there. And I'm testing this one here. And now we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to show you what I can see. So you can see, not that one, I've done that before. I nearly stopped the live. So you can see what I can see. And first thing we're going to do is find out how to make the paper sticks. So if you haven't done this before, this is how to make the paper sticks. There is a link in the description. You can go on YouTube, and there's a special video there to help making paper sticks. And there's also a special video there to do something slightly different to what we're doing now on YouTube. And then there's also a link to the activity itself. So you've got lots of nice questions and things on there to review to help you support the video. So we've got a piece of paper. I'm using a bit of newspaper, just half a sheet. I'm going to fold it in half. This is just to make it thicker. You can just use half a sheet. You can make the sticks longer as well if you want. So you don't have to even fold it in half. You can just roll it the full length, but it's not this is the size I use. You can use whatever size you want to use. Look at that. There's Colonel Tom right there. What a fan. And that was it. He'd only raised 280,000 at the time. That's how long this is. Right, now we're going to fold this in thirds. And the way to fold it in thirds is you fold this over to, it's halfway down the bit you're not folding. And then fold the button. Well, I didn't do a very good job of folding that in thirds. My only excuse is I'm doing it from a distance. I'm not looking right above the top. Now, folded it, got that shape. So what we're now going to do is we're going to get a piece of string that's longer than the, and if you've got scissors, make sure your grown-up's helping you with the scissors, or depending how old you are. Okay, and now I'm going to get a piece of sticky tape. I'm still working on ways of getting the sticky tape without losing the end of the tape whilst doing this alone without anybody to help me. So I'm getting better and better at this all the time. That's what you get. You get better with practice. If you don't know how to do something, have a go and then keep improving, and you get better and better and better with practice. Because believe you me, I didn't know how to do this before lockdown happened, and I'm getting better at it all the time. So now I'm folding that inside and that top flap comes towards me, and then I'm rolling that messy flap there inside, so that when I'm finished, I have a nice, neat paper stick. And I didn't get a piece of sticky tape ready, so I'm just going to get the whole roll and wrap it round. I have found that if you wrap it all the way round, it does help. Stick that back on the table so I don't lose the end. And there we have a paper stick. It's a little bit messy there. There you go, that's tidied up. Now you can paint that if you've got any other type of tape, or you can maybe wrap another piece of paper around it if you can paint it, or use permanent markers to paint it as well. And then you use these sticks, you tie them together, and what you're going to do is you're going to make a cube. So you will need 12 sticks, and then you tie each vertex together. I'm going to use the proper language here. A vertex is the pointy bits. If you use that language, then you'll be standing the children up in good stead. That's a vertex. So 3 tied together on every vertex, and every face is a square. Okay, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count how many squares, and you can call them faces. So if you can see my little picture, I call them faces. I do this because it reminds me that it's a face. And then all the paper sticks are edges. So every edge, we have 12 edges, 12 paper sticks, 8 vertices. Each one is a vertex, and we have 6 faces. So make that, and then here's the activity. Once you've made that, you can make it together. You can collaborate together so that your young person is interested. But what you can do is you can then see it collapses. Look, oh my goodness, it becomes flat. This has got 3 dimensions. In 1 dimension, you can go forwards and backwards. In 2 dimensions, you can go forwards, backwards, and left and side to side, like you can on a piece of paper. And in 3 dimensions, like Super Mario and his friends, you can boing, 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 you can go up and down, as well as forwards and back, as well as side to side. You can go in all through space. And that's what this does. It goes that's 1 dimension. Each edge is 1 dimension. Every face is just 2 dimensions. You can only go forwards and backwards. And with the whole thing, we've got up and down, forwards, backwards, and side to side. So we collapsed it. So what can we do? Well, we can draw around the shape. And then we can talk about what shape we've made. I'm just going to use some scrap paper to do this. Not that one, because that one's already been used. I'm going to use some scrap paper. You can use some newspaper as well. You can use newspaper and then cut it out. In fact, you could cut it out of this as well, couldn't you? So you can draw all the way around it. And then let's see what shape you've got. How many edges does it have? And how long is each? Are they all the same length? Are they the same or are they different? And you can even, in this case, you could draw that line in the middle and show that you've got a rectangle that's made out of 2 squares. You could do that as well. And then you can see what other shapes. Oh my goodness, look. Oh my goodness, what shape is that? Well, that's got 1, 2. Well, let's draw it. Let's draw it. Let's get another sheet of paper here. Oh, well, that's been partly used, and that's okay because it's not coloured. So we can draw that one, and then we can count the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's the shape. And every time it changes direction, every time you've got a point, that is a new edge. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the name of that is a hexagon. Now what other shapes? What if we open it up? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did I see there? Oh, look. That's kind of like that one, but it goes outwards. So we have 1, 2. I can't draw this one. I'm going to draw a smaller version of it. If you get a bigger, oh, you know what I can do? I can do it on a newspaper. That's it. Let's do it on a newspaper here. So we have, you can't see it all necessarily when I draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we have another hexagon. This one has 6 edges and this one has 6 edges. They both have this, the edges are all the same length. We know that because all these sticks are the same length, but they make a different shape. but they still have 6 edges. This one's called a regular hexagon because they're all exactly the same, and they all move in exactly the same way, and but this one is just called a hexagon, but it is also called a hexagon. See what other shapes you can find just by playing this. And this isn't something you have to do. I'm going to stop the share now. This isn't something you need to do all at once. You could, now that you've got it, you can be playing with it and finding out all the different shapes you can make, and pull it out other days and see what shapes you can make, and do art with it, make some crazy posters with it, and even do, you can hang it up. Now that's another activity you can do. You can hang it up by one string. I've got my string here. This is something you can actually do as an activity. Hang it up by one string and see what happens. And then hang it up by 4 strings and find out what difference it makes to the shape if you hang it up by 4 strings, 1 on each vertex of one of the squares. And let me just make sure I've got, well, if you download the activity, then you've got other ideas. Oh yes, then we've got other ways you can make flat shapes, 2D shapes. This one is from a piece of cardboard. You can cut out, oh well, before I cut it out, let me see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon I made earlier in one of the sessions earlier. So that shows you can make hexagons, all different shapes, because that's different again to that one and different again to the other one. And then we've got a rectangle we can talk about, and you can make it a square as well. You can distinguish between all the different 2D shapes using bits of cardboard, and then nice, you can hold those, you can paint them, and you can draw them, and you can draw the outline of them, and you can talk about the shapes. And if you're not sure about the shapes, don't worry. Oh my goodness, I was just doing that and you're here. I apologize. So we started off with this. No, we started off with this, and that was a hexagon. I'm sorry, I was using the visualizer as though you were already watching it. We started off with that. I had a little bit of cardboard, that shape. So it has like a roof with a flat top, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please tell me that all the stuff I just did with the newspaper you saw, please, I hope. And then I cut this bit off, so then we had a rectangle, and then I cut that bit off, so then we had a square. And if you're not sure about what the names of the shapes are, just Google it. Names of 2D shapes, names of polygons they're called, or names of 2D shapes, and that'll give you. The only thing I will say is that is a square, and if you turn it sideways, it's still a square. And not only that, that shape there, let's see if I can make that shape. That is a square, and that shape there is a rhombus. In the maths classroom, this is called a rhombus, and the word diamond comes up a lot, but this isn't a diamond. In the language of maths, there is no word for diamond, so we call it a rhombus. It's got, the edges are all the same length, and that's a rhombus, which is a tilted. It's not a square. It was a square, but it got tilted, so it's a rhombus. If you are enjoying these lives, please do tell other people about them. Tell your friends, get other people to join Making Maths at Making Maths Fun for Kids of all ages. Even though, and tell them she's completely goofy. She does things where I can't see them, and she talks to the side when I'm looking at the camera, and then she's talking to the camera when I'm looking at the side. And all the activities make a lot of sense in the activity pack that's in the description. And also on the Maths Fun, the Maths Toys YouTube channel, there are a couple of links to that to help you make the paper sticks. And also the lovely Tandy Clausen May makes helps you, talks about the other things you can do with the collapsible cube. And there's also the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel where all of these videos have been uploaded. So if it's easier for you, or if you have friends who aren't on Facebook, they can go to the YouTube channel and look at them there. let me have a look, see now if we've got anybody who's commented and things on the live. Okay, Aileen joined us, Helen, hi, Joanna joined us, thank you very much. And then let me see if it worked. It didn't work. Oh, sort of works. The other one, I was wanting to see if there are any comments. The comments come up later, so I will answer the comments later. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, with more maths fun for early years. So as I say, tell everybody about it, share these lives, and tell everybody to come and join. Everybody you think that would be useful to come and join the group. Making maths fun for kids of all ages. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.